discretion is advised. Like, we'll leave it up to you, but you gotta know about this stuff before getting into this whole thing, you know? I mean, straight up, one guy gets his face bitten off by a raccoon, and we show it. Oh man, do we show it.
Watch out! Oh, shoot that fucker! Get out! What?
I'm Cool.
I'm Xan. I'm Kegs, and joining us tonight for a very special episode, possibly a new host, we don't know yet, Mr. Legatus from Dragon Wolves. How is everyone doing tonight?
Ooh.
How's it going, guys? Thanks for having me here.
Well, I tell you what, Leg. Thank you so much for having it. Having the balls to come on with us. Honestly, Xan, Kegs, how much does this mean to us?
Well, obviously it means a lot. It's always fun to hang out with people and whatnot, and the more minds, the better generally, because we all know how that yours and mine don't always work. I'm not going to group Xanatos into that, because he's a record-producing musician now, so he obviously has also all of his cylinders ticking away. So there's that tidbit of wisdom.
Yeah. But we have enough.
Well, I'm doing a bit of everything, so I wouldn't lean on me too much either for any more than that.
All I know is you, my friend, are like a rock. 100%.
That's just because you can't knock him over because you're 5'2", bud.
Yeah. 5'3". 5'3".
And a half? Are you gonna get that half in there from your fucking pumps?
110 pounds.
5'3". There's a line in Full Metal Jacket about that. He said, 5'3". I didn't know they stacked shit that high.
That's very good. Yes, I just watched that movie the other day, dude. It's still great to this day.
I wouldn't admit
they let us watch that.
Yeah. If anybody's listening to us, I wouldn't admit it either.
Yeah. I watched that in boot camp on Thanksgiving. That was the one thing they let us do. Like, they fucked with us just like a normal day. We did have turkey in the chow hall that night, and then they let us watch Full Metal Jacket. And I always remember that. So, like, all those little things, seeing that so many times is like burned into your memory. So anytime I hear something like that, like 5'3", I didn't know they stacked shit that high.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys. So all four of us have played MetalStorm, and that's kind of the focus of this podcast. So let me ask you guys this: what do you think the future holds for MetalStorm? And for the once, I won't ask our guests first. I'll ask Kegs first, then Xan, then our guest, because he has maybe a different outlook. So, Kegs, what do you
What's
think
the outlook for it? I mean, more flying and dying, I'm sure.
Flying and dying. But
that's always a good outlook. I mean, it's like I said, it seems to be moving in a generally, northerly direction, which is forward, which is good. If things start going south, then we all know that it's going to start spinning backwards like the shitters in Australia. Ooh. So there's that. Junes, I know you listen. That's for you, buddy. You're a top cunt. I love you, buddy. Other than that, yeah, no, more flying and dying and more cool shit to drop is the way I see it going right now. A couple bug fixes that need done, but other than that, I mean, there's engagement and promising things, so I'm content.
Thousand. But what about you, Xan?
Well, yeah, as you know, LAA's been doing a lot of the Friday night fights and stuff like that. And as I understand it, Catfish Billy's putting one out right now, or from the other night, and they're actually putting some of my music in that one too from the new album.
About time.
Nice.
Yeah, it's about time, dude. Your fucking music is the bomb. Which, by the way, next week we're gonna have a release party for your second album.
Yes.
Yeah, your second album. And for people that don't know, the podcast has always enjoyed Xanatos' music for our intro and exit. So, dude, thank you so much, and I hope people tune in next week, because we're gonna have some good stuff. We're gonna do something a little bit different.
Awesome.
Well, that makes it sound like it's a southerly compass direction.
Well, it's gonna be so good.
As long as I don't hear you say knock knock knocking on your back door, in the style of Guns N' Roses, I'm content. We're good. We can proceed.
The rebel in me says I should do it.
Sounds like
But you gotta do it. You gotta try to sound like Axl Rose and everything.
You're not. I tell you what. The next time that song comes on the radio, you're never gonna not hear that now. It'll be like,
on my back door.
no, it's your back door, because you gotta get a little surprise in there.
Yes.
I love you guys.
You're-
I love
you're-
you guys so much.
You're prairie dogging.
That's right. That's the lubricant.
Well, here's the funny part.
Yeah.
So, guys, here's the greatest part of this podcast. So, I talked to Joust off and on this week.
Well, can I pause you real quick on that one? Because we did skip our newest co-host
Yes.
on that question.
Yes,
You jackass. You fucking
I
jackass.
am a jackass.
Oh my god. Legatus, just feel free to cut him off. That fucker, he'll go. He's got ADD, but it's in a forward-facing direction, and you just gotta cut him off sometimes and be like, "Hey, fucker, I got something to say," and it'll all buff out real nice. You know, little extra turtle wax, but it'll buff out.
Hey, this train's got to keep rolling, and hey, sometimes it passes the stop. That's all right.
It's a
What was the question? How the outlook of the game, the future of the game?
yeah, bud.
From what I've been gathering, there's a lot of talk about new map development. So I don't know what it is yet. There's talk of a bit of an oceanic one. I saw some teaser pictures on the Discord there a while back. It looked sort of similar to Crucible, but I guess a little bit different of a layout, less of a volcano and more of islands to dodge around kind of thing.
Nice.
And then there's also there was an announcement recently that next weekend's going to be another black market event, so that means there's going to be another new plane dropping.
Nice.
That's exciting.
That's only about a month after the last one, so if they keep up that pace, then that means pretty regular plane drops too coming up in the future, right? So that's pretty exciting for the development of the game and to keep people engaged.
Well, because I've talked to Joust a few different times this week. I want to be clear. So, their priorities, right? The developers have straight told me they really do care about the game. I don't think that most hardcore players would, discount that. But
I don't think we'd be here if they didn't care about the game.
1,000%. And here's the thing. So, they put it in a 4-part series. So, what their focus is networking, FPS, and matchmaking improvements. We'll put bots and AI after that. And long and the short, in the 3-part series, they 100% care about the player experience, but they're they can't fix everything. So obviously maps is a big deal, You guys big into maps?
Yeah, and there was recently updates. They changed the maps. They added the snow and the Icebound there. They're tweaking some of the old stuff here and there a little bit too. But more variety in maps, I think, definitely would go a long way, and that sounds like it's something that they're planning on releasing sometime in the near future.
Well, matchmaking, right? So matchmaking, that bugs me
That's
because
always a hot topic for sure.
well, this is the thing, right? So my personal take is, so before it was, oh, they paid this much money, and they could do, all this if they buy it. Here you can't do that, and there's another subset of excuses. What do you think that is? Do you think that's just players?
Well, in a system, any matchmaking system, you're never going to find something that pleases everybody. Everyone's going to come into a game with their own expectations of what the game is supposed to be like, right? Some people are going to want a challenge, and others are going to want to just be able to fly around and blow the shit out of everyone every time they see them. So you can't really create a system that's going to please both of those people, and it's just a balancing act of figuring out what makes the most people excited to keep playing the game and keep driving themselves up the leaderboards.
Yeah. Well, Xan, Kegs, if you don't know this, when we first showed up, there was around, 3,500 people on the Discord. Now there's over 9,000 plus. And it seems like, the community keeps growing. With that being said, what do you look forward as far as the future goes?
Well, I mean, I assume it's going to keep ballooning. The more good feedback it gets, the farther it's going to reach. That's generally the way that kind of stuff goes. It's just like when you're trying to start a business. You go do a couple of jobs or whatnot, and maybe you fumble one, and that makes it to one person or whatever. They do good work, but he fucked this up or whatever. And then you can knock out, or that gets farther. The bad shit gets farther than the good shit.
Well,
it's a weird game of telephone almost. You know what I mean? If you do a good job, they might tell 5 friends, and then out of that 5 friends, you might get 5 more. But you fuck something up, they're gonna tell 10 people.
Do you have anything specific like that you'd like to see in the game, Kegs or Xan, or even Legs?
Well,
A whole lot of pause.
to see, and this is just me, just because I think it would be hilarious. This is like a purely for my own amusement type thing. But get some B-17 flying fortresses and some B-29s, and just fucking just gun battle them fuckers. Dogfight those fuckers with guns. Yes. It'd be hilarious.
Well, actually, something I was going to touch on too is something I'd like to see in the game is cool, unique game modes that maybe involve a plane, a specialized plane in some way, like the big AC-130, and it's like a sentient central pivotal point of the match, and the match revolves around doing something with that craft, right? Or there's
right, flying into a checkpoint, right? Flying into a couple checkpoints and dropping bombs or whatever while you're taking out all these guys in their gripens and their jets or whatever, trying to shoot you down.
Right. There's thousands of different options for little variations like that, right? It wouldn't be like a team deathmatch rotation game mode, but maybe like a special event that might be available here and there kind of thing. I think that would be pretty cool.
That would be. I agree. That would be fun as fuck.
Well, the biggest thing is for me, so I was sitting here listening to general chat, right? And there was somebody that came out names don't matter, but that we're trying to say that MetalStorm was trying to manipulate, their player record. What do you guys have to think? Yeah, I guess. What do you guys think about that? Because I don't see it, but that's just me.
I didn't see the conversation. What do you mean by manipulate?
So there was somebody claiming that they were getting rid of reviews and even player records, I guess.
Okay.
That was their claim. But the thing is like, you have a very, very small development team. I just don't understand where that comes from. And I'm curious what your guys' thoughts are on that, because mine was, I'll hold mine until after you guys explain.
I mean, as far as removing reviews, all that stuff would be beyond anything I know about. But, like, for why it would be happening, the only thing I could imagine is possibly people leaving inappropriate reviews or comments or something.
Yeah.
As far as the context, I'm kind of lacking. I'm not really sure.
Well,
So,
I am too, bro. So basically, I think that there was some people that were salty, tried to leave, comments or reviews, and then when they found out that MetalStorm had no ability to remove that from Play Store, that kind of shit. Yeah, I don't know what happened after that, but I did see a little bit of that. So yeah, it's just sad. MetalStorm has nothing to do with that kind of shit. They want everybody to be happy. I'm pretty sure, as a business.
and heck, they do a great job too. The Discord, they're very active on the Discord. They listen to reviews. They comment back on a lot of people's feedback. If there's any bugs, they're very quick to come and tackle them and make sure that everyone is having a good, entertaining experience, or at least a fair experience, right? So
A fair one. Yeah, yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I don't know. Xan, Kegs, have you ever not had a fair experience? I mean, with MetalStorm, Starform?
Me, no. Everything's been fine.
Yeah, yeah. I've never experienced that either, so I don't know. Kegs?
Yeah, can't say I have. I said can't say I have. I don't know. It's my shit loads. I play my match and I move on to the next one.
Yeah, I've never
Right.
seen that.
the biggest complaints I see on the Discord are the random bot selections, or this bot chose this plane and I feel like it put my team at a disadvantage, or my bots didn't work the way I expected them to, and the other team slaughtered us, right? And like, when it comes down to bots, okay, things like that are going to happen. It's random chance, and it's pre-programmed random chance too. Like, they're going to go in the direction they're going to go, and sometimes they'll find an enemy, sometimes they'll do nothing at all.
Well, it's part of AI,
This is a multiplayer game, right? There's hundreds of squadrons out there with tons of players in each of them. You can go on the leaderboards and find online people, send them messages. If you've come up across a live opponent, you can try to form a party with them. There's tons of ways around relying on bots to be your teammates, and that seems to be the biggest problem that most people have. That and connection issues here and there, especially if you live in different parts of the world that aren't as accessible to the game, since it's still limited in release.
Well, this.
Oh, and the biggest thing I've noticed is the ping, really, you know what I mean? But as far as people bitching about their bots doing stupid shit, be a better player.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I mean, I don't know how to say that nicely, but fucking learn how to play better. That way you don't have to lean on the bots. Just go do your thing. If it's deathmatch, learn how to fucking take people out faster. And, you know, what plane works better for a heavy offense. Learn how to dodge the fucking missiles. You know, just learn how to be a better player.
I'm going to quote this as an anonymous person, but if every time you lose, you look for reasons in the stats rather for looking for reasons in the match, you're not going to advance. You're not going to advance if you're looking for everything being, I guess,
the game's fault.
Yes.
I mean, I fly a Vigan a lot. I like the Vigan. We get along well, so I fly the shit out of it. And you know, some matches, okay, cool. I fucked up a bit, or maybe like the worst thing I can say is, oh, the ping fucked me up a little bit. My plane started going weird for a while. I got shot down. Oh, big fucking deal. Who cares? Shit happens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the worst thing I have to say. Is every now and again that happens. You really don't care. It's not that big of a deal. But other than that, I've went 14-2 with that Vigan in deathmatch with people, with bots. It doesn't matter. You just gotta try and start figuring shit out. You know?
Right, and each plane will have their own characteristics like that, right? Like, someone can be that great of a pilot in the Vigan, and then they jump into a plane that might even fly similarly to it, but they just can't figure out the different missiles, the different flight characteristics, everything, right? And that's what makes this game interesting. Is every plane is a viable option if you use it correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a great instance of that is the Mirage and the Vigan are fairly similar. I can't fly the Mirage to save my fucking life, but I can fly the Vigan, you know, fairly decently.
Yeah. Well, hey, Xanatos. So we haven't heard you speak in a while. So I'm curious. Did you know that Disney bought Epic launcher?
What now?
Epic was bought by Disney.
What the fuck was Epic?
Epic
Yeah,
is the PC launcher. So part of
Still gonna need more from you.
Yeah, right around when you guys joined and started playing, they released the game in the US and off of the Epic Games PC console. It's kind of like Steam or whatever, right? You download the Epic Games launcher and it has their library of other games you can download there. MetalStorm was on that list. You could download it through that, and then you would gain some exclusive prizes, a pretty cool exclusive S5 skin, some silver, and some stuff. But apparently, what Cool is saying there is that Disney bought Epic. So yeah.
They did, and thank you, Lakes. This is why I need you.
I'm going to say it. I still don't understand it, but good for Disney, I guess.
Yeah. Well, good for Epic too. Maybe. Anybody have thoughts?
I personally like Disney.
I mean, Disney buys everything nowadays, don't they? Like, they have Star Wars, they got... Like,
Yeah.
You go on the Disney streaming service, I don't know if I'd let my kids just watch on that freely. There's not much Disney stuff on there anymore.
Fucking, I tell you what, dude, fucking said Lucasfilm was doing Star Wars, Disney took over, Star Wars went right to shit.
Well,
Garbage. Hot fucking garbage. It's not even canon anymore. It's fucking disgusting. It bothers the shit out of me, dude. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I have a fuck ton of the books. I know a shit ton of the canon by heart, and none of that shit is fucking kosher. It's fucking irritating. It's fucking embarrassing.
Well. The thing is, I talked to Joust after Epic was bought, and they basically said this: it's a good thing for MetalStorm, only because they're hoping to get the balance right for all players, and competing.
Well, expand their reach, yeah.
Yeah, and they're trying to balance everything for any competitive reaches at the same time. The thing is I don't think that they were expecting Disney to buy Epic Launcher, and when they did, I think that put them on a whole nother level as far as developers. I hope so, but there's not another mobile or PC game that's quite like this. So, what do you guys' thought about that? Like, what do you guys think about that? So, is there anything else that's close to this? DCS isn't. Yeah, I don't know about Sky Warriors, but yeah.
Well, I mean, as far as a palatable game that you can play on your phone,
No.
that's based on jet fighters. Like, I mean, this is pretty good. When I found it, I stopped looking for other games. You know what I mean? Like, usually, like, I downloaded 3 or 4 other jet fighter games. I tried them for a few days. Like, no, this is junk. This is crap. I'm not entertaining. And then I found this, and it hooked me in right away. I felt really involved in every match. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
So I feel like this definitely has a big advantage there. And as far as anything like it, I struggle to find anything that's comparable, right? Like, it feels kind of similar to like World of Tanks kind of thing, but the mechanics within it are completely different. I mean, like, just the gameplay itself kind of thing, right? Like World of Warplanes or that kind of thing, where it's just a straight up, you go in and you shoot the other guys. That's the game.
Well, and I'll say if they threw a campaign mode on this, it would literally be a mobile version in my mind of the old what was that on PS2? Fucking the old Ace Combat games, and I fucking love the shit out of those. You know what I mean? Like it feels very similar, and I love it. It's awesome.
Right.
Yeah, that's my favorite. That's my favorite part about it.
I would love to see more maps.
Way.
Yeah, I'd love to see some more maps, and some of them maybe interactive, like the one from Ace Combat with that city, that you fly over, and say you miss somebody, and your missile veers off, and it hits a building or something, and the building blows up or something. I don't know.
Yeah, dude. Urban maps. Yeah.
Or even like a small campaign mode too. So the newest Ace Combat has a great campaign story part, but then they tried to also make it where they could do, you get to do a little pool and you fight against other people that play the game and whatnot, but it turned out like crap, I thought. So these guys have the opportunity where they could even do a better job than that, because they've already got the PvP stuff going. But if they had even just a small little bit of campaign mode or something like that, especially if it was geared toward the different aircraft, like if you learn how to use the A6 versus like the F5, and a campaign mode geared toward teaching you how that aircraft works and how to fly and use it.
That'd be sick.
Sounds like a great idea.
And then throw a couple of wingmen you could give like basic commands to, or whatever. Like you could put 2 forward, 1 on your 6 or whatever, and have that 2 go forward and engage the enemy or whatever, and have 1 cover your 6 and shit. That'd be cool as hell.
Yes.
Because that was my favorite part of what was Ace Combat 5. You could kind of tell your wingman what to do, like, hey, go fuck off over there for a while or whatever, and hey, you come back over here and fucking get these fuckers off my ass.
Right.
That was cool. I enjoyed that.
Kill yourself trying to kill him.
Yeah, exactly. Like, hey, you guys go gang up on the guy I'm supposed to take down. Let's see if you can do it.
Yeah. Go sacrifice yourself so he's a little bit softened up when I get to him.
Right. There was a World War II game that I used to play with those focused around the planes. I can't remember the name of it to save my fucking life right now. But it was basically the exact same thing, but with F4 Corsairs and fucking
Like Wings
oh
of
crap!
Steel or something like that. Wings of Glory.
Yeah, Wings of Glory sounds familiar. That might have been it. But yeah, you had like the old P-51s, the Lightnings, the fucking all that shit, the P-47 Thunderbolt. It was tits. I fucking love that. But I'm a World War II geek too, so I enjoyed anything that has World War II in it. So
Yeah.
Hashtag Metal Wings. Let me say this. So, what do you think the next plane will be in the black market event?
honestly, dude, I feel like there is not a fucking way to say which one that's going to be. We could speculate till we run out of air in the fucking planet. But I mean, the first one, I would have never guessed it was going to be a fucking whatever the fuck it was. I can't even think of it right now.
22.
SU-22 fitter, yeah, that was not on
fitter.
any of my top 10 lists for what's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a fucking shot out of left field to me. I'm like, a fitter? What the fuck? But I mean, it's cool, like how they did it and everything. I thought it was a cool idea and shit. And I was like, oh, okay, that's nifty, whatever, But I was not expecting that. You know what I mean? Like I was expecting something along the lines of more of a hardcore somewhat in the future, but not quite like dogfighter or even like a long range tactical unit of some kind. That was more kind of like the Aardvark, but not quite as useless.
Yeah, F8,
Some with a gun, maybe.
F8 with a tilt wing system. Yeah.
Something, yeah, something. The fitter came out of nowhere in my mind. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, people didn't know about the F8. Yeah.
I heard
I mean, it was a fucking dude. It was a mean machine back in its day, man. It was.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way to fucking go about that.
I guess for what would be coming out, I mean, the only thing I could think of is maybe the Gripen.
Oh,
but
Gripen, yeah.
That'd be an interesting one.
They have been working on it, but that's about it. That's the only reason I'm guessing that, and yeah, so that'd be my guess.
Well, by the way, we're about halfway through the podcast, but hey, Legs, what do you do IRL, like as far as work?
Well, I'm a sheet metal installer, so mostly exteriors of buildings. I'll put on siding of various kinds. Worked for a pretty big company based out of Toronto.
When he takes his shirt off,
so we get like the big contracts like airports, hospitals, universities, things like that.
Yeah, you're a shredded motherfucker. And online, so when you're not doing IRL, what do you do online? Because there might be, half of the listeners that don't know. Like,
I play MetalStorm a bit when I got some spare time. I help manage the Dragon Wolves squads. There's probably about a dozen of us in the admin team now. It's gotten so big that I've delegated out many of the tasks that I don't have to do much myself in there. I also help moderate the MetalStorm Discord channel, and when there's time, I help organize tournaments in the Rumble tournaments with Iron and Lauder, Metal, and Chainsaw and Nord Napalm now.
And if you might have time, you might be a guest host on the Cool-Kegs podcast.
If I can somehow fit that in the schedule there, that might be another future endeavor I take on.
Look, we're super tight and moist and wet.
My ID says I'm legal, so it's all good.
Yeah, get deep. Ooh. I'm making noises. Xan. Unmute your shit.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah. I was waiting for
There's
that.
always errant children running around, so I keep it muted a lot. So you miss out on all the like, stop peeing on the floor, and whatever.
I love you guys. Seriously. So if you were to describe the Cool-Kegs podcast, would it be fair to say, with all four of us in here, we are the average player's take on the internet? I don't know. Not just the game.
Sure. I mean, I'm just like anybody else that plays it.
You're better than.
Well, I mean, we got we're all blue collar types. We're all working class, if you will. There's a little dash of redneck retardation, which I feel is a requirement for anyone to have a proper life. So as a generalized group of individuals, I feel like we cover a very narrow spectrum with very wide-reaching opinions.
Autism.
Don't make fun of that. I have that, asshole.
I do too, asshole.
I feel like you're poor guys standing on the fence drinking beer like King of the Hill.
Yeah.
Yes! I'm driving in my truck and beer, and it is all bad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kidding. I'm not. I do not condone drinking and driving unless you're on the middle of bumfuck nowhere on a 2-track. Then have at it.
I don't condone drinking or driving. I just do it.
Well, I mean, there's that aspect of life too. Do it on a motorcycle. It's much more entertaining.
I gotta go places. Yeah, but my wheelchair. Anyway.
You gotta have a good armrest in the truck, and a fucking Uber suitcase does a nice job.
Wheelchair. Yeah. Motorized wheelchair. Hover around.
I'm not quite to a hover around yet. Maybe actually go online and look up the Street Outlaws guys. What was it? Farm Truck and Asian. They took a fucking a power scooter, an old person power scooter, and I forget what motor they threw in it, but basically it does like 110 or something like that in an 1/8 mile.
Oh, Asian.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
They call it the power. They call it the power scare, and it is terrifying.
Yeah, Asian is my boy. Only because he's so tall.
It's good to have someone to look up to for you short guys.
Yeah. I'm about 3 foot tall, legs, and I'm pretty much a leprechaun. I should be handled like a baby. Xan has always coddled me.
But he likes it when Xan picks him up and rocks him for a second and goes, "Don't be a bad boy," and then he sets him up on the top shelf like he's Brad Williams.
Yeah. I can't get down.
I sing Soft Kitty to him.
So, how's that go, by the way? How's that go, by the way, Xan?
He called your bluff.
Soft kitty.
Yeah, that one. Maybe I'll have to do a Soft Kitty thing sometime, with a whole beat and everything to it.
Well, having you
Mix that up,
two here, Kegs.
Wait, isn't it? How the fuck does that go? Because my daughter used to like that. Was it Soft Kitty, Warm Kitty, Cozy Ball of Fur, or something like that?
Little Ball of Fur, I think.
Something like that. I don't fucking. I never paid any attention to it.
Oh, I'm so fucked up, right?
That was only when my ex was around that shit got played. When Dad was around, my daughter would headbang to Metallica.
Nice.
So.
Yeah, warm kitty, soft kitty. I'm just saying, I'm popular because I'm a pussy, and
The only question I have is, does it look like the 70s Bush from the old films? Like, them women didn't have to do anything with it. They just stuck their finger in a light socket and called it good for going out on the recording stage.
They stuck their finger somewhere.
Well, I mean, it could have been their own light socket, but that's beside the point.
Could be mine.
Righty tighty, lefty loosey.
What the fuck is going on right now? I don't know. Like,
it's the entertainment value. Fuck it. Who gives a shit? Here, I got a story for you that's pertinent to the current conversation.
Okay.
So, when my old man was partying back in the day, shortly after he got out of the Air Force, he had friends that were, they'd gotten married. And he was over at their house the one time, blah, blah, blah. Big old party. Everyone left at, like, ass crack of dawn. Next day, he picked them up to go to work. And he's like, dude, you are never going to believe what the wife did to me last night. And my old man was like, well, fucking don't leave me hanging. You said it. Now, what? You know? And he goes, she put a carrot, not like a baby carrot, a big fucking carrot, in the freezer. And when we went to go get frisky last night, she just shoved it up my ass.
Ooh.
And from that day on, my old man called him the Carrot Man. Dig it.
Well.
So it wasn't milking the prostate, but maybe trumping it, if you will, because of the color of his skin.
Well, you know.
Hey,
From the.
It's good hindsight.
you
Donalding his posterior.
Yeah, it's good sight for the butthole.
you can't go wrong.
Carrots is good for the sight, but like if you got your eyes wide open like that, like it's not exactly what they had in mind. I don't think.
Yeah. A whole bunch of bad fucking infection. So, oh my god. That's
My thought on that is, you can't go wrong with a story like that.
I don't think you can either. But with that being, the the ending.
Aired.
Yeah.
Yeah. With that being said, we're the fuck out. No, I'm kidding.
No. But let's have final words. Xan, what's happening?
Final
next
words?
week's? Yeah. What's happening next week?
Fine. What do you mean final? We haven't even done fucking straight out of the tap yet.
Oh, we gotta do that.
Oh my god, are you? Ease off the left-handed fucking Pepsi's, bud.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
I'm dry.
All good, bro. All right. I think what is it? My turn this week or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go first, buddy.
All right.
Send it.
Okay, so I wasn't really sure what to ask, and then I was like, well, being a resident of Texas, I thought I would ask a Texas question, I guess, if you will.
Oh no.
All right.
And so my hot take on this one is, what is your take on what Texas is doing right now at their border using the National Guard and defying what Biden wants?
Oh shit. Well, cool is already hated. I'll do that first. Yeah, I think that laws matter. I don't know what's going on.
Well, this is inspiring.
Well, I don't know what's going on down in Texas, but I
So,
can guess.
Texas has used the National Guard, and they have effectively sealed the southern border against Mexico. They've set up all kinds of concertina wire and stuff like that, and they have
Good for
basically
Texas.
stopped all entry.
Yeah, good for Texas, if that's the law. Good for Texas. I get prosecuted for everything, but I'm also white, and I don't know what that means. Just a whole bunch of fucking, yeah, I get caught with crimes. So, Sorry?
Sounds like you're sitting on a carrot right now, in between you trying to figure out what you're going to say.
I don't know what I'm going to say. Carrot Top. Carrot Top, dude. Carrot Top has the same issues. Yeah, we get charged.
So, the only thing I can say to it, honestly, God bless Texas. Because it's about time someone had a set of balls in this fucking country.
Oh, you motherfucker. You agreed with me.
Hey, is that where you were trying to go with this?
Yeah, I was
Holy Christ!
I'm a fucking Carrot Top.
All I heard was a bunch of fucking sex sounds, and I'm sitting here going, well, I mean, it wouldn't be the first time someone tried something after I mentioned it, but definitely the loudest.
Go fuck yourself, Michigan.
Anyway, but no, God, seriously, you know what? Fucking get up here and say it to my face, Blitch.
I love you.
Till then, fuck off.
I love you.
I'll go fucking fisticuffs with you like fucking Trudeau. Anyway. But no, seriously, it's been a long time coming, in my opinion. We've needed to do something about the fucking whole issue with the border. I mean, 5,000 illegals coming across daily? Fuck you. That's ridiculous. I personally would fucking go down there and help them if I didn't have responsibilities and shit up north here. Yeah, no, we whoever the governor is there with that set of balls to follow our Constitution properly, I would absolutely endorse them for the next president of the United States of America, and illegals can get fucked. I will say it flat out right now and don't give a shit.
Yeah, that's Greg Abbott.
And I don't know why this car is going 40 miles an hour to 55, but you can go ahead and eat my soot.
Yeah, so the Biden administration.
Go ahead, Sam, my bad.
Oh, yeah. So the Biden administration ordered him to stand down. He basically said, "Go fuck yourself." And so he's basically, according to Biden, now in violation of his order and stuff. But they're standing by one of the parts in the Constitution, and the federal government is supposed to be protecting the states, and from things like invasion. And Texas basically was like, well, we're being invaded. Like, it's, millions of military-age males that are not even Hispanic coming across this border right now. Like, we are being invaded right here. And you're doing nothing to stop it. And so they took it into their own hands. And I believe about 25 other states are sending people from their National Guard as well to help support Texas on that.
I love it.
Well, yeah. Basically, long story short, that's what's happening, right? Like a mass migration, an exodus of immigrants that aren't legally allowed to be doing it, right? So, I mean, something had to be done.
I fucking love it. I love it.
Well, it's almost like it's a wide representation of players versus players in the game. So, I don't know. Let me ask you guys this: how do you feel that Starform, the developers of MetalStorm, are doing as a group?
Well, we've already covered that a bunch of times. That can't be your straight out of the tap.
No, it's not my straight out of the tap. The straight out of the tap.
Well, shoot your straight out of the tap. Goddammit, shoot your shot, boy.
Okay, straight out of the tap. Come on. I'm so sorry. That wasn't. Yeah, that wasn't it. But my straight out of the tap.
I am not gonna sit there like a baby bird and catch it. But you can shoot it straight out of your dick. That's fine. Fresh out of the spout, baby. Anyway.
Fresh out of the meat squirter.
Hey, I'm not there, but $20 is $20 for somebody.
Well, let me ask you guys this. So, we've went from 3,500 to 9,000 people on Discord, right? We did that in about 2 months. Let me ask you this: do you think that there'll be double or less coming?
Numbers. What's your straight out of the tap?
My straight out tap is it'll be 2,700. Yeah,
Man!
3 times.
Thrice,
Well,
not
I
once,
mean,
not
the
twice, but
player-
thrice in reverse.
The player base keeps growing. The game keeps getting bigger. They'll keep releasing to more and more countries. As long as they keep updating the game and putting in more of those, come join us on Discord and leave your feedback, then
3 times.
for sure that number will grow very quickly. I mean, even now, you said the number's around 9,000. That's not even the number of players that were playing before the Epic Games launch and the USA launch, right? So,
Right.
that's maybe 1% of the people that play the game are in the Discord. So that number could be huge. That could easily be 200,000, right? If everyone actually came on and left their feedback. Imagine how hectic that would be.
1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. And that's the biggest point is like everybody that thinks that they're a big deal within Discord. Nah, you're not. We're not. Kegs,
Yo!
you suck.
Well, I mean, titties are hard to resist.
Hey, Xan. Xan? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hey!
I say
Mr.
he's probably dadding.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I'm afraid of you, Xan, but you suck.
I'm right here, man. I was trying to push the button. It wouldn't do the thing.
I'm afraid to be driving near you. But let me say this, Legs. Please consider being a fourth chair with the Cool-Kegs podcast because seriously, we're just guys doing things and stuff.
And with that being said, well, it's a great segue. Leg, what was your straight out of the tap?
Ooh. Well, I mean, I didn't really get much of I didn't really think about this ahead of time too much, but what's your guys' ideal version of Matchmaker look like? Because I know everyone thinks that needs to be fixed a little bit, so what would you guys like to see as the final result, I guess?
Well, I'm probably the lowest level person, so I'll start. I don't really have an issue with Matchmaker, other than I wish that I would win every fucking match. So, yeah. Get that shit done, MetalStorm, motherfuckers.
And everyone's entitled to feel the way that they do, right? I mean, some people, that's honestly what they want. They want to be able to come in and just win, right?
Yeah, fuck them. Yeah, fuck them. I'm sorry. I fuck them. But what about Xan? What about Kegs?
Well, as far as matchmaking goes, I'm a very casual player. I'm pretty content with it myself. There's no issues of bots just fucking diving down into the fucking floor and killing themselves and making it a shit match. So I'm pretty content with it. Every now and again, I run across a bot when I do get them. That seems like it's a more skilled one, so that's always entertaining. Yeah, no, I don't really have an issue with the matchmaking at all. Honestly, I don't see what everyone's bitching about other than they're just bitching. So
Skills versus money.
Cunts versus people who understand how things work.
I didn't say that. Kegs did.
No, that was me. That was Kegs. I'll own it. I don't give a shit.
I agree with Kegs though. So,
I don't know to say it, man. I mean, if you're gonna sit there and just fucking like,
point though, right? Some people come in and they drop some money in a game and they expect to have a bit of an easier time, but
well, that's fair. But I mean, the prices in this game are relatively low. Like, we can all agree with that.
Right, and I mean, buying doesn't get you an advantage, and that's one of the things I love about this game. I know I said it before last time I was on, but I'll say it again, and I'll probably say it again in the future, that, you know, you could spend $1,000 on this game, but it's not going to make you the best player. You still have to develop the skills to use what you have.
Dude.
And that's what makes this a great game, I think.
I hope you come on and say that about 500 more times. I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, we'll see how it goes. I mean, I feel like I did all right here this time. I don't mind coming and hanging out with you guys and shooting the shit. And hey, if it becomes a full-time thing, then maybe it does.
I'll pay you $1 every time.
No, McDoubles. You gotta send McDoubles up.
Oh, that's right, McDoubles. $2.37 every time you come on. I'll send you a McDouble. Yeah.
Also with mac sauce. You forgot the mac sauce. Add mac sauce.
Fuck, that's another.
Well, the mac sauce is free.
Is it?
I don't think I want any of the free sauce from you guys.
Oh.
I love you.
Hey,
Oh, man.
I'll tell you what, my free sauce machine is never down and broken like the ice cream machines at McDonald's. Just saying.
Excellent. This is my special frosted topping machine. Even comes whipped.
It's always working.
Always working.
And it's gluten free.
It is gluten free. It's not protein free. It's just gluten free.
Lots of protein, lots of biotin, all kinds of stuff. It's really good for the hair and nails and skin and shit, apparently. I don't know.
Yeah, it'll stand it straight up. But all right, boy. So with that being said, I've been cool.
And I've been Xan.
I've been Kegs, and he's been
The motherfucking
Legs.
What? Say it again, Legs.
some
All right,
wonderful
guys.
crickets.
Alright.
Say it again, Legs. Say it again.
Yes. What is he saying again?
Say your name real quick, Legs. He can cut it in.
Oh, and I'm sorry. And I'm Legs.
Net. And we're the fuck out.
We're the fuck out.
Fucking right. Oh, it's a raccoon! Damn it, I missed it.